G'day folks, welcome back to Pete's Investing. It's April 16, 2024. This is the natural gas, copper, crude oil and iron ore update. And as you can see there, both copper and crude oil have gained since our last update. Natural gas has dropped off a bit and iron ore is remaining neutral. Looking at the heat map, again you can see there at the top left, we've got natural gas still bearish on the monthly but turned bullish on the weekly, and currently neutral on the daily. US crude is bullish across the board. High grade copper likewise, with the exception of the daily, it's turned neutral, and iron ore is a mixed signal there. I've also added the VIX here if you want to reference that on a separate video. That's along with the other market updates. You can look at that in a different video there. Also, we're looking at various FOREX currencies. We do videos on those occasionally as well. So first with natural gas for the monthly, weekly and daily trends. This is where we look at when the CCI 150 is below the moving average band. That's a bearish outlook, and that's where we are today, and hence I've got a color code there with a pink line, if you like, on the chart. Where it's white, that means the CCI is within the moving average band, it's neutral, and where the CCI is above the moving average band, I've got a green color code there. So again, bearish on the monthly. It's currently just turned bullish on the weekly, and on the daily it's broken into that band, hence giving us a neutral outlook. Now in terms of the daily and hourly charts in more detail, so you can see there, just zooming out first, I've got the zoom out on both of these. I've got the stochastic market forecast still in the oversold territory for the daily. Likewise, it's bounced up a bit on the hourly, but it's reached the 25 level. We need to see it break above the 50 level to be more bullish. At the moment, it's still very bearish overall. On the daily, I've got these arrows indicating a potential mood swing in terms of the sentiment. You can see there the current support there at 1584 and a key resistance up there at 3120 with some minor resistance and support lines there as well. And that's where we are in that current band. It's been that way for a couple of months now. On the hourly chart, if I zoom in, first off, before I delete this Fibonacci, you can see here between that Fibonacci range, it's actually bounced off that 50% level initially. We had a bullish divergence. You can see there on the CCI 150, slightly higher lows on the CCI versus lower lows on the price. That's a bullish divergence, and it bounced up, hit our target, and since then it's actually retraced back to the downside. Now that retracement is broken below the 50% level of that Fibonacci range. Hasn't quite reached the 61% level, but if it does break below the 61% more convincingly, we're going to see a lot more bearish outlooks for natural gas. So at the moment, again, just be mindful. I prefer to trade when especially the weekly and the daily are aligned, including the monthly. So I only take long trades predominantly, even though the monthly is still showing short positioning. Next, we'll look at US crude. You can see there it's bullish on the monthly, bullish on the weekly, and it's just turned a fresh bullish movement on the daily as well. So predominantly only long trades, no short trades to be taken. Detail on the daily and hourly charts. You can see there the stochastic market forecast is above the 50, which is a bullish signal, an added bullish signal I should say. That also aligns with the CCI, and also the ADX 25 is showing bullish movement. On the hourly chart, you can see there it's up near the overbought territory, and it's been hovering around there, around the 90 level for some time. And again, if I zoom in, we've got the CCI here, but the predominant use of the CCI on the 1 hour chart, we look for any divergence. You can see there we had declining CCIs versus higher highs on the price, broke down, hit our target, and it's been fluctuating since then around the 38% level. And since the last update, it's actually dropped down past that, just bounced off that 50% level of that Fibonacci range. So similar to nat gas, just be careful. If it drops below the 61%, that's going to be a bearish outlook, but at the moment looking predominantly bullish, and again only taking bullish trades. In terms of a trading idea, again just making sure when the CCI is above the moving average band on the daily, if you're trading on the hourly or the intraday timeframes, you only take the long trades when the CCI is above the moving average band as well. So for example, the back there, you would have taken that long trade there, for example, and closed it out when it touched the moving average band in that point there. Avoid trading when it's against you, when it's going in the opposite direction, and opening up when the CCI breaks above again, and you would have still been in a trade on this one as well. Now, you'll notice here as well, there is a bullish divergence. That's probably about I'd call that a double bottom on the CCI versus lower lows on the price, and that's actually bounced up and already hit our target area. And that target area is between that Fibonacci range, and the minimum target is around that 23 to the 38% level. I don't trade the divergence. I use them as a potential exit strategy in support of also when the CCI breaks into the moving average band. So had you been going short during this period and not following the CCI necessarily, you could have started taking your profits once you saw a bullish divergence, and vice versa. When you see a bearish divergence, take profits when you're going long. So again, for high-grade copper, it's bullish on the monthly, bullish on the weekly, but notice on the daily it's broken down in amongst this moving average band and it's turned neutral. So avoid taking long trades until this breaks outside of that to the long side, and take long trades only. On the daily and hourly charts, again zooming out, you can see there it's above the 50 level of the stochastic market forecast on the daily. Likewise on the hourly, we're in the overbought territory, and it's been fluctuating around the 90 level since the start of the month at least. And if I zoom in on the daily first, you can see there it's potentially bouncing down from this key resistance at 43,568. Just be careful about going long. I'd like to see it break much higher than that resistance area. And again, remember to wait for it to break above the CCI 150 to be a bit more confident on that as well. And if I zoom in on the hourly chart, you can see there we had a bearish divergence versus higher highs on the price, broke within our target area, the 23-38% level, and it's bounced off that. Remember, this minimum target area is for this reason as an example. Sometimes it can break a lot lower than this and actually go well beyond 100% retracement. Other times it can do just this and just touch it, then bounce from there, and that's why it's a minimum target level. So again, in this case, with high-grade copper, I'd like to see that break above on the daily especially. I think we're broken above on the daily. Let me just double check. High-grade copper, again, we're neutral on the daily. So I'd like to see it break above on the daily as well before taking long trades. And again, on the hourly, when the daily is long, take only long trades when the hourly breaks above the moving average band as well. For iron ore, we've got a bearish signal on the monthly. It's not showing here, but it's bearish on the monthly. It's broken into neutral on the weekly and bullish on the daily. So just be careful of trading this one at least until it gets more consistency across the board. And if I go to the daily and daily and hourly charts, it's going to be confusing sometimes jumping between the charts. You can see here on the stochastic market forecast, we're still below the 50. So again, showing a bearish signal on the daily especially. It has broken up on the daily on the CCI 150, and again on the ADX 25, it's also bullish. So bullish on the CCI and bullish on the ADX. It's bounced off this minor support at 749. Didn't quite get as low as this diagonal supporting trend line, and I've drawn those below those touches there. You can see there. So it didn't quite get below and touch that, but it's actually bounced off that minor support at 749. On the hourly, we had a bullish divergence there versus lower lows on the price, bounced up, and at this point it's actually gone higher than our previous retracement level, almost to a 100% level. Remember, when you're looking at these divergence, in this case this bullish divergence, we do a Fibonacci back to that recent high before that divergence started. So far it's looking okay. It's actually broken above the 61% level, and that would have been that level there. So again, if I just draw that Fibonacci range, you can see there that 61% is key. Broke above that, so a lot more bullish on the hourly especially. To support us more, go to the Patreon page for Pete's Investing, where we also do weekly scans of blue chip shares that are trending along on a longer and medium term timeframes. Feel free to support us there, and we'll see you in a future video.